Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? What? AI Airlines. Really, it's more like social credit scores. How is AI going to determine what you pay for everything? It's not going to be prices for all, but prices for each and every one of you based on your social credit score, based on the data mining, based on your invasion of your privacy, based on your religious position or your political ideology? Are you serious? Let me tell you all about this. Just shocking what's taking place. But first, let me put a shout out right now for www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. A recent report found that nearly half of all popular protein products contain unsafe levels of heavy metals like lead and cadmium, some of which exceed the California safety limits. If you care about quality of your protein powder, that's a daily dose of toxins you never asked for. Why? This is why I'm using this, and I have. For a long time, I've been telling you guys about this multi-collagen by BioTrust. If you click on that link below this video, if you go to www.healthwithpaul.com, you will find out this amazing secret powder, and you'll never go back to the store-bought protein. This daily scoop in the soup or in the smoothie of 24 grams of absolute perfect protein per serving that's lab tested for potency and purity. It helps you gain muscle, have more energy, supports a faster metabolism. It keeps you feeling fuller for longer. You're stronger. And the low-carb protein powder comes in several award-winning, mouth-watering ice cream flavors. And it helps support lean muscle, enhance urgency levels, curbs cravings, manage your weight. Oh, I know what that's about, and much more. Take control of your skin and keep you looking summer, just looking glowing. Just glowing like I am. Do it now. Go right now to www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. You'll be glad that you did. I guarantee it. And there's some savings in that too. I forgot to tell you about that, but there's quite a bit. Free shipping too. Man, this is really amazing. Check it out, okay? Well, guys, Delta is ready when you are. Yes, Delta Airlines, which I like Delta. I mean, I really do like flying Delta. Their quality of the airline's good, but I don't like this. Delta announced a new system where AI, that's right, AI will make prices for you custom made for you. Oh, that sounds good. Really? I don't think so. They're going to squeeze every nickel out of you if they can, because their plan is to use AI technology not just to understand your where you are in the economic scale and what they believe they afford you can buy, but it's based on your travel patterns, what it is you usually do and want and need to do. It's based on it's going to be based on who you are. And why do you think all this mining of information, why this beast of computers are being built all down in, especially down in Louisiana and in other parts of the country? Massive, massive, massive computer systems, computer brains to store data. Where's all this data going? Why are they storing it? You've heard people say that, but why are they storing it for? So that they can individually price you based on who you are, what you believe, what's your political affiliation, what is the denomination you are. Are you an evangelical? Do you read certain books like this one? What? Where do you go? Where do you shop? What do you normally buy? So it's not just going to be your airline prices, folks. It's going to be your grocery store. There won't be prices on nothing. Everything I have at barcode. And you will grab the items, put them in your cart. When you go up to the counter, you'll scan it, and it will tell you what your price is. And your price won't be the same as this other guy's price because you're going to put in your little identification card. Maybe it's a debit. Maybe it's a scan on the hand. I don't know. But they'll start out probably with your little cart that says it's you. And then when you start scanning your groceries, it tells you what the price is going to be for you. The guy right next to you, maybe he's of a different political persuasion. Maybe he's of a different economic status. Maybe he has a different, maybe he doesn't, shop at the same places or go to the same places, or maybe his credit score, maybe he isn't as vocal on Facebook as you are. His price might be 89 cents. Your price might be $1.19 for the same item. And you have to pay it because your name is on the system. You can't go buying around it. And so this would change again. Same thing with the prices of your ticket to get on the plane. Also, if they want to start eliminating who can fly, they can just price you out. One person will pay $250 for the same ticket that you would be charged $1,250 for. Well, you're not going to do it. And if they don't want, so they don't have to put you on a no-fly list. They just price you out of the market. And they don't want us flying anyway. They just want the elitists flying. Oh, and by the way, you might say, well, why would they do that? Well, they know you have an SUV. They know you bought you have a SUV. You got two of them. And the other guy over there, he's got a little tin can electric Fiat. So he's going to get the lower prices because his carbon score is much better than your carbon score because you have not been a good boy. You're driving those gas guzzling American-made cars. So you can pay more because you are destroying the climate. And you're also an evangelical, and you go to church 3 out of 4 Sundays a month. It's just too much. Plus, you voted wrong in the last 3 elections. So your price is different. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is what this is about. They'll give the fancy, let me just read this. In the latest sign of frivolous, irritating use of AI, U.S. airline Delta is looking to harness the technology to set prices for each individual customer instead of just listing what they actually cost. As Fortune reports, the airline's looking to push the boundaries of how much passengers are willing to shell out for a plane ticket. By the end of this year, Delta hopes to price 20% of its tickets individually. Who's that 20%? That's what Heidi was saying. Who's the 20%? They hope to have 20% of the tickets that people buy be already individually tailored for certain people. Well, who's the 20%? And why did they get identified? What did they do wrong or what did they do right? Who gets to be the 20%? And is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Using AI, the practice has already drawn plenty of scrutiny from lawmakers and privacy advocates, with Senator Ruben Gallio, a Democrat from Arizona, calling it out for being a predatory pricing and accusing Delta of squeezing its customers for every penny while bragging about using AI to find your pain point. Pain? That's the last thing I want to hear about, pain point pricing for plane tickets. I mean, what? And in other words, are you serious? While the concept of personalized pricing has been around for quite a long time, yeah, it's called Marxism, communism, or super socialism with a super communist socialist credit score. I mean, this is some kind of dystopia movie gone bad. Okay. I'm broadcasting on the wrong channel? No, it isn't okay. Am I on my main channel too? How did I mess this stuff up? Wait a minute. My main channel too? I'm on my main channel also. How did I mess this stuff up? Wait a minute. My main channel too? I'm on my main channel. So am I broadcasting over on my podcast channel? Am I on both channels at the same time? I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, as long as I'm on the main channel also. Paul Begley Technology. Maybe AI switched it on me. Maybe AI is already starting to mess with me. No, I think they already have been a long time. Well, anyway, in other words, the concept of personalized pricing is going to push it. It's been around, guys. It's going to push you to the pain point. This is a long-term strategy to boost profitability. And of course, throwing in AI as a trendy buzzword. It's a troubling new development, though, indicative of the times we live in. Yeah, the mark of the beast. No, even grocery chains are touting their AI-driven, Uber-like dynamic pricing schemes, allowing them to gouge their customers by raising prices of goods on the fly through surveillance of who you are. And the concert industry doing the same thing, exemplified by Ticketmaster, has learned how to do dynamic pricing to shake down the music lover, those who, for maximum ticket prices that are depending on the demand. It's not just supply and demand, guys. It's who you are. If they know you like to go to concerts, they're going to raise that price. If you're new and just trying to and you're trying to figure out whether you want to go or not, that price will be lower. It's a shakedown for sure. Naturally, Delta has been in damage control mode ever since this criticism of this has come out. The company has zero tolerance, they said, for discrimination, but that's exactly what this is. Social credit score discrimination of individuals based on a set of criterias that artificial intelligence will set, or as Heidi says, but who's setting the criteria for the AI? AI don't set the criteria. Somebody sets the criteria for AI. So the fares are publicly filed and based solely on trip-related factors like advanced purchases and cabin class, and we maintain strict safeguards to ensure the compliance. Then post the prices for everyone the same. What they're going to do is when you log on to look for your airline ticket, it'll be priced based on who you are. It's not the same for everybody. However, it remains unclear what exactly Delta is up to or isn't up to. What are they trying to do to get an AI to determine the price of the airline ticket? The scheme doubles down on a decades-long practice of taking different factors into account to determine prices for each customer. The cost of airfare can vary wildly from minute to minute already due to oblique changes in supply and demand, making for an incredibly frustrating flight booking experience. To critics, AI could make the situation far worse. AI isn't just optimizing business operations, but fundamentally it's rewriting the rules of commerce and customer experience. According to Matt Britton, author of Generation AI, he told Fortune magazine, for customers, this means the era of fair pricing is over. Nobody knows how Delta's latest attempt to cash in on AI hype will shake out. Could passengers enjoy deep discounts? Are you serious? If you believe they're going to do this to help us get some deep discounts, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona. From your front porch, you can see the sea. I got some oceanfront property in Arizona. If you buy that, I'll get you a ticket of Delta Airlines for free. Guys, do you see what's going on here? We're on our way. It's not only about gouging you. It's not only about picking and choosing the winners and the losers, but it's choosing one half the nation above another half the nation based on political affiliation or based on your faith. That's right, your faith. Imagine Christians being charged 25% more on everything they buy. Or imagine Christians or Jews being priced out of the market. They can't even get on an airline seat. It's just impossible for them. Imagine your taxes of your home being determined based on your individual capabilities. Or maybe they want to price you out of your home, tax you out of your home, even though you've paid for it or you're in the process of paying for it. What about insurance? Is insurance going to do the same thing? I'm talking not only your house insurance and your auto insurance, but what about your health insurance? I mean, is everything going to be based on a social credit score? Maybe you said things at work. Maybe you typed things on your Twitter account. Maybe you made a position, a stand. Maybe you were seen. Maybe they know you voted for a certain candidate. I've always said that airlines is going to get trimmed way down. There's going to be a fewer amount of planes, and it's only going to be for the elite. Only the elite can fly. Everyone else will have to either drive or take a train. And they'll actually even take away your rights to drive cars. Only certain people will be allowed to have cars. Everyone else will have to either ride a bus or trains or walk. Or maybe even just be allowed to have a scooter or even a bicycle. This is why you've heard the term smart cities, the concept of making everybody live in a certain area within 15 minutes of walking distance of their home. That concept is definitely being tossed around and even going to be tested. But more importantly, how about you just price people out of the markets you don't want them in? Identify people based on social credit scores and force them to live a lower, way below their standard of living that they should be able to live at by just taking their choices away. It is communism. It is Marxist communism. It is the beast. It is the biblical beast. And after they get this thing established, then they're going to say, oh, and for you to buy anything, to get in the system, you got to have this certain mark on we'll put it in your right hand, your forehead. But with that comes, you have to have full allegiance to the beast. All religion will be outlawed and be unallowed. And if you won't swear your allegiance to the beast, then you will not be in the system. You won't be able to buy or sell anything. This is where we're going. This is how close we are. This is where we're at. It either sounds like a real bad Stephen King movie or book, or a Hemingway book that's not as bad, or the Bible in Revelation 13. I see geese flying high above the water, the child fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy. I see a soldier crying on a train, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. I feel the deepness of his weakness. I can taste the brandy sweetness at a roadside Idaho cafe. I can hear old Teddy laughing, Fitzgerald's toes a tapping to the roaring sounds of yesterday, falling asleep, reading Hemingway, and the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long, as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long, as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And a shotgun blast echoed across the page, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. Oh, that's right. So think about this. Mike from around the world on this webinar, Silencing the Serpent. His presentation is about AI and its ability to, they're going to use, and they are using AI. Mike gives you, and he discloses, thank you, sweetheart. He discloses a 5-point plan to change, restructure socialization or the social norms using AI to take control of your brain with different new technologies, not only just AI and virtual reality and that kind of stuff, but I mean, there's new technologies now where AI is not just listening to what you say on your phone, but AI is reading your mind. Now, he goes into more than that. He tells you what the 5 changes, social changes are to re-engineer taking us into a new world. It's an incredible, it's the battleground. Your mind is the battleground for your soul. And the New World Order, or the process of building a New World Order, is in play already, wide open. And Mike breaks down for you in this webinar. Please, whatever you do, not miss this webinar. Get your ticket, Silencing the Serpent. It's at my website. Go to paulbegleyprophecy.com or paulbegleyprophecy.org, or pick up the phone right now and call 765-414-2230. That's 765-414-2230. Bishop Larry Ragland will talk about the battleground for America. Mike from the world, the battleground for your mind. And he reveals this new 5-point plan that is in play right now, and he tells you what it is. I do the battleground for the globe, for the world, for the Illuminati's attempt and success. They will succeed. The beast kingdom is rising, and I give you the full explanation of it, historically, prophetically, and biblically. What is exactly taking place as we speak from World War II to present and on beyond, okay? Also, Pastor Joshua Pereira helps you understand in an interview I do with him on how to defeat the addiction of porn. It's an incredible, in-your-face discussion to help men, mostly men and women, on how to beat this addiction and how Satan is using it to try to destroy homes, destroy lives, and destroy souls. You don't want to miss it. It's an incredible, and he also has a plan how to help you, okay? And then you'll get the information where to go to a certain website where you can be taught and learn how to overcome this. It's a great presentation. But he's not the only one. We also have Pastor Barry Lipscomb of Wichita, Kansas. And Barry does a great job in teaching you from the Word of God how to silence the serpent from within and that battle that's going on with you and the devil. And it's truly happening. The persecution, the temptations, the trials, and the battle from within we have with our own flesh and our own self. Also, there's a Bart Begley does a great documentary on the history of gambling, the addiction of gambling and the history of it. It's an incredible, takes you from Jesus Christ to present. It's a remarkable documentary. Sister Heidi teaches a great lesson on how to really deal with depression and anxiety and fear. And she actually even shows you brain scans and shows you the physical differences within a brain that is a person who is not depressed and a person who is, a person that's, in anxiety and a person who isn't. And so it's not just a spiritual thing. Don't get beat up. Don't beat yourself up and don't just get beat up. But understand there's physical reasons behind a lot of these things that we're dealing with, and fear. And also Heidi talks a lot about grief as well. Matter of fact, Heidi does an interview with, I think, 3 different ladies. Is it 4? 4 different. No, I did one. Okay. I did one of the interviews and with one lady, and Heidi does it with 3 other ladies on how to deal with grief and the loss of a loved one, whether it's a child or a spouse. And these 4 ladies are all from our online church, and it's an incredible presentation, and they tell their stories. They open up their heart and their soul. So get some tissue on this one. But it's really good because each person goes through stages of grief, and it's important to understand what they did and how they were able to overcome grief. And it's a natural process, but we do need to know how to handle that time and how we should approach people also during that period of time. So it's very important. So the addiction, also we deal with addictions. Heidi does interviews with 3 people on addictions. And some of them are, we're talking about all kinds of addictions. We're talking about drug addictions, alcohol addictions, porn addictions, gambling addictions, eating disorders, addictions, shopping addictions. I don't know. There's all kinds of different things. What is that? How does that happen to people? People tell their own stories. That's all part of this webinar. So it's incredible. This is and then Israel's mother, Crystal Rose, she tells you an incredible interview. Matter of fact, her interview is on my podcast channel right now. It's a sneak preview of this webinar. We decided, I interviewed Crystal Rose. I interviewed her because she lost her daughter, Israel Hall's sister, in a terrible car accident. And so she had to deal with that grief. But then also her first cousin was abducted. Her first cousin was a TV news anchor out of Iowa and was stalked and was abducted and has never been found again. And this has been almost 30 years. Has never been found again. And it was Crystal Rose's first cousin. And then Crystal tells you about her encounter with Robert Yates, the serial killer of Spokane, Washington, when she lived in Spokane, how he approached her and how the Holy Spirit gave her the wisdom on how to get out of that situation. And he ended up killing 16 people before they finally caught him. Her story. So her interview is 3 parts. The loss of her daughter, Hannah, the loss of her first cousin who was abducted, and the near abduction for herself. And so you're going to get that all in the interview with Crystal Rose. That's all on this webinar. And so you get your tickets today. Just simply go to my website right now. Go to paulbegleyprophecy.com, and you can hear Crystal Rose's interview right now if you want to at the Paul Begley podcast channel. That's the Paul Begley podcast channel right here on YouTube. Miss ZD is just, and So Scripture Reference are both posting it there. You can listen to it also at Spotify or Amazon Music or iHeartRadio or Squeaker and Squawker and all the rest of the podcast channels out there. So, or you can go watch it on the Paul Begley podcast channel, okay, on YouTube. Or you can go to the paulbegleypodcast.com, which is the Paul Begley podcast website, which is a separate website than Paul Begley Prophecy. And you can go there and find out about all the different interviews we've done. So I would do that. I would go over to Paul Begley podcast channel, and I would, right here on YouTube, and I would watch this. And it's amazing. Kathleen says it was amazing. It really is. Now, I want you to know something. We decided to put Crystal Rose's interview on our podcast channel last night. It's there right now. And it is also on the webinar. But it is we wanted to at least give you a clue. We wanted you to just get a taste of what this webinar brings to you. An incredible webinar. I've been saying, I don't want to say it's the best one ever. I'm going to let you say it, okay? I'm not going to get accused of that again. You'll have to say it. But it truly is. It's so needed. People are dealing with grief. People are dealing with compulsions. People are dealing with, temptations. People are dealing with addictions. And also, this whole globe is coming in a battlefield now for control of the world, the New World Order, the Beast Kingdom, the Antichrist is rising. I teach on all of that in my presentation. Mike Around the World tells you about how the global elitists are using AI technology to control us. Right here behind me, this story right here about pricing based on individual credit scores. It ain't just China, guys. This ain't just about China now. So it's really getting ugly. You want to give your life to Jesus Christ, folks. Get your ticket. You can go right now to my website, paulbegleyprophecy.com, paulbegleyprophecy.com, and find out Bishop Larry Ragland's great presentation on the battleground for America. It's great. I interviewed him, and it's a barn burner. Go right now, paulbegleyprophecy.com, get your ticket, or pick up the phone and call 765-414-2230. That's 765-414-2230, and get your tickets today. Silencing the serpent. I'll be back, guys, with more information. Heidi's just brought me a story that I'm just shocked by, and then again, I'm not, but I am. And I'll come back and tell you about that in a few minutes. I'll do another YouTube video right here. And we're in the end times, for sure. We're living in the last days. I'll be back. Are you saved?